Welcome to the semifinal round of the Big Gun Keeper League playoffs for 2009. This is a huge week in the playoffs as we decide who's going to move on to the championship for that big prize, extra cash for Christmas.
And at some point in your lifetime, you may come across the lost edition of the Big Gun Preview, which happened last week. A little bit of a production problem. We promise you there was a show, though. This one's going to be a little off the cuff this weekend. I have literally prepared between 90 and 120 seconds for this game, so let's get going, though, okay? First one, we have the Capital Punishment versus the Tuscaloosa Vols. To be honest with you, this is probably the marquee match of the week. We got the Vols over here, but Capital Punishment has been running his mouth a little bit via email, via text. I'm surprised a little bit he hasn't posted some sort of new video with his new Droid phone. So a couple quick things here. Quarterback, Schaub versus Breeze. To be honest with you, how Schaub is playing, it's kind of a wash this week. Ryan Grant versus Pittsburgh, Steven Jackson versus Houston. Maroney may be the difference for them, getting a decent number of carries right now. Flip side over here, the Vols. Dye had 21 last night. Mike Sims Walker had 15 last night. That put the Vols up a few points combined on their projection. Will Seth Benson get the carries? Will Chris Johnson be able to continue his probably potential run to being the #1 player in fantasy next week? Those are all questions that must be answered this week. I'm going to go ahead and make my prediction now. I think Capital Punishment was running his mouth for a reason this week. I don't think he believes he has a chance in hell of winning. I think he knows he has to talk this week because he knows next week he's going to be stuck in the loser's bracket. I'm pretty good at picking Capital Punishment. I've been on him both ways this year. Capital Punishment ends up, they do not show up at all. They lose by 30 points.
Well, I tell you, I hope you're right.
We'll see.
I'll say, Capital Punishment, you said something on your board about, I can't remember what, you talked a little trash, and that's nothing new. But I'm afraid that I may have stooped to your level just a little bit. I did post a smack talk on the Yahoo board in our matchup page, and it makes me nervous because usually I don't talk trash because I'm afraid it's going to come back to bite me. And I hope that it doesn't. But in the other semifinal game, it's Juan Pate against D-Boy Dominators, and that's the 2-3 matchup. So the top 4 teams are in the semifinals, which is the way it was projected.
Wish I could be in there.
Yeah, and that's the way it goes. I will say, though, Peyton Manning had a great night last night with 65.
That's tough.
65. It's a great start for you, Juan. The only thing is, D-Boy Dominators, your top 7 players, which that's basically everybody except for your tight end, kicker, and defense. Only one, Rashard Mendenhall, plays the Packers. They have the #2 total defense in the league. Everybody else, not even in the top 20. Everybody else that your players play against are in the highest ranked is number 24, Buffalo. Tom Brady is going to light them up. This is the quintessential Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning matchup. Peyton Manning had 65. That's a lot. But I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say Tom Brady has more.
Wow. And
in the end, D-Boy Dominators, you move on to the championship to face the winner of me and Amos. And hopefully that's me. But I'm just telling you, Anquan Bolton against the last-ranked Detroit defense, Andre Johnson against the 27th-ranked Rams. I mean, you look at it, the only thing is he got Josh Cribbs. I'm not sure what kind of action he's going to get because he does play for the Browns. But they are playing the number 30-ranked total defense of the Kansas City Chiefs. Rashard Mendenhall is a tough spot because he's a running back. And the only thing that might help you as Juan Pate is your running backs are Ricky Williams, but Justin Forsett and Arian Foster.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they do have good matchups. But Arian Foster, man, I'll be honest with you, I hope he does great because he's a Tennessee Volunteer. But I just don't see it happening because he's Arian Foster.
Right.
I mean, he's going to fumble. I mean, he did for us anyway.
Looking like we're predicting it to kind of be chalk this week. We're going with a 1-2 in the final now. Let's move a little on to the consolation bracket now. And I have the Po Boys versus Bourbon Boys. The Po Boys versus
He's so prepared.
I'm very prepared this week, guy. This matchup right now, just like it was the finale of the regular season, is the same thing here. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this, including the 2 teams that are managing them. Both of them have neglected their teams all year, similar to how I'm neglecting the stats this week, right?
Good news is he doesn't have any sort of preparation, but that's a great prediction.
You don't need any preparation.
He prepares as much as the 2 managers.
That's exactly right, I have. I'm going to flip-flop, and I think last time I took the Po Boys.
Okay.
So I'm going to flip it up this time and say I'll take the Bourbon Boys, and as he tries to get possibly the first pick and take Adrian Peterson next year. After that wonderful prediction, why don't you move on to the next consolation bracket with the crowd favorite T-Town Tigers?
Yes, of course. That's where our ratings come from. People watch him.
That's it.
The T-Town Terror is the top seed in the consolation bracket. This is kind of a tough thing to call because the teams aren't very good, to be honest with you. No offense.
Offense taken.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger, Hines Ward, it stands out to me because those are two of your top players, damn dogs, and I've always kind of ridden you all year. But you're just still not very good. They're against the Green Bay Packers, top, and I've already mentioned they're the number 2 total defense. D'Angelo Williams is your best player against Minnesota, but man, they are the 6th ranked total defense. Willis McGahee hasn't done jack in a long time. Reggie Bush hasn't either. They're still on your team and they're going to play. What's that?
It's a good week last week.
Well, against it's been really the Drew Brees and the receiver show, and if any running back has been consistent for New Orleans, it's been Pierre Thomas.
Yep.
And Mike Bell when Pierre Thomas was out. But I just don't see Reggie Bush doing a whole lot just because he's been so
Hines
inconsistent.
Ward's not practiced yet this week.
That's right. That's another thing.
Let's get to the team in Picard.
And T-Town Terror. Let's. All right. Wait a minute. Wow, fans are cheering. This is you have better players.
Sure.
Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Matt Forte. That sounds great. But I mean, look at what they've done.
I know.
There's a reason why he's in the consolation bracket.
It's not because of lack of manager skills.
But
it's these damn players I'm dealing with.
Listen, shocker pick, the difference maker for you. Beanie Wells at Detroit hammers the Lions and their 32nd total defense.
Best pickup of the year.
And the T-Town, I don't know.
13th round keeper.
He's really working.
Just wait.
He's really working you, Flo, for the picks.
Hey.
He's really working. But Beanie Wells is going to be the difference maker, and the T-Town Terror moves on to the finals to try to get the number 1 overall pick.
Okay. Well, guess what, guys? That was a little bit of an abbreviated version, trying to keep it a little bit shorter. We hope you enjoyed last night's game. Very good game. We hope you don't forget, we have a Saturday night game tomorrow. New Orleans hosting Dallas. All right? Then we got the full slate of Sunday and Monday games. All right? Hopefully we'll have a short preview show next week. It will be early in the week if we're able to get it out. Please enjoy your fantasy Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Don't forget, your number 1 ranked Hillcrest Patriots are in action tonight against the Bryant Stampede.
Check the newspaper tomorrow.
Go Pats.